Now, this is a movie that's for me. After my last video where I got bombarded by hate comments, man, can I just respond to that for a second? First off, it is what it is. I mean, I try to review almost basically every highly anticipated movie that comes out, and Oppenheimer was just another one that got hit by my line of sight. Do I regret what I said? No. Would I rewatch it again to kind of change my opinion? Maybe, but that 3-hour runtime has got me really hesitant. Listen, you can hate me all you want, but at the end of the day, it's just an opinion. I even stated in that review, it wasn't a movie for me, and you have to know what you're going into, right? But for me, when I watch movies, I generally don't watch any trailers or do any research because I want the movie to tell its story to me, to tell its own story. You know what I mean? But that's enough of that. Let's get on to the new Hidden Strike movie now. When I said this was my type of movie, that was kind of jokes, but it's kind of like a yes and a no at the same time. Yes, there's a lot of action, and the pairing of Jackie Chan and John Cena made for a hilarious watch, as you'd imagine, but at the end of the day, this movie was just dumb fun. It was okay. It was just a kind of fun one to pass the time. There weren't really many complex concepts, and I mean, it's one that you really don't really need to use your brain in order to watch. I thought it was going to be more comedic, but it was more serious. At least that was towards the beginning. But when Jackie Chan and John Cena got together, it was as much fun as you'd expect, with the dialogue and the action. There was like a big contrast between, the serious start and into the foolishness that soon came after. This movie is exactly what you imagine it to be. In my eyes, what you come for is definitely the chemistry between Jackie Chan and John Cena, as well as the action as well, which kind of surprised me. Now, there was some occasionally questionable CGI, I will have to say, especially in the desert area. I mean, the background looked clearly fake, clearly CGI. But, I mean, there were a few action sequences, most notably some fight scenes that were pretty entertaining to watch. Like, it was kind of pretty fun to watch, even though a lot of them defied physics in a way. But this movie reminded me how much I love old school Jackie Chan with his hilarious, creative fighting prowess. If you guys didn't know, Jackie Chan is one of my favorite actors of all time. I did a case study of him back in my final year of high school, and I watched basically every one of his movies, old and new, even though it's been a while since. Twin Dragons is one of my favorite movies of all time, and yeah, in this one, I saw some of that in him again, even though you can definitely tell that his age is catching up to him. And John Cena acted as a great comedic counterpart. It was pretty entertaining seeing them two butt heads and have their characters connect with each other during certain parts of the movie. Now, this movie was actually filmed in China 5 years ago, like in 2018 last time I read. That's crazy. That was a long time ago. I don't know why. I didn't really research. It was possibly due to COVID and some other undisclosed information. I don't know. But yeah, like what I'm trying to say is that this movie it seems as though it is more targeted towards the Chinese audience. And I want to say, like, I think 50% of this movie was like in Chinese with subtitles, of course. But yeah, I just think that's funny seeing John Cena in this one. Because, I mean, well, hey, we all know John Cena loves China, right? And he knows kind of how to, like, speak the language as well. And it was funny seeing him do it in this movie, even though, like, almost all foreigners, his pronunciation was a bit weird. There was even, like, an instance or, like, a scene in this movie where Jackie Chan jokes about that with him. I just found it extra funny there. Ultimately, Hidden Strike wasn't really anything too special. It's definitely one that you can skip, but if you really want to watch it, just know that Jackie Chan and John Cena are the highlights, which obviously, if you're going to watch this anyway, like for me at least, they're the reason you would watch the movie anyway, so that goes without saying. Along with the dumb action that was sometimes fun as well. As a story though, it was pretty generic. Stuff works out without really any logic in a way, but at the end of the day, it's just dumb fun. Kind of like Fast and the Furious. One thing that I did wish was that there was like some kind of theatrical release. I think some parts of the world did get it last time I read or last time I heard. Mostly I think some of the Asia, like the countries in Asia. That goes without saying though. But I just kind of wish the Western countries got like a theatrical release, because man, I mean, I think all they got was like a Netflix release. At least I know that's the case here in Australia. It's a shame because something on the big screen would definitely be a much better experience than at home. At least that's the way for me. I mean, I don't have a home theater set up, and I could have definitely seen how some of the action sequences, fights, stunts in this movie, even though some of them were horrendously CGI, like you could just tell they weren't the best, but even then some action sequences were pretty exhilarating, so I'd imagine they would be much more impressive on the big screen, and that definitely would have maybe made me like the movie more if I did watch it in a more immersive kind of setup. I'm going to give Hidden Strike a B. Yeah, that's it. Hidden Strike, as you'd expect. It kind of has me wanting more, and I don't know if they'll direct like make a sequel to this. I don't think it's in the works, even though it was hinted. It has me wanting more, but at the end of the day, it's just another popcorn flick, dumb fun, another one to pass the time, like Fast and Furious, like I said. But unlike Fast and Furious, there's not much of this one, so yeah. I mean, I guess try to enjoy it as much as you can, I guess. But anyway, hopefully this setup's better. I created the last 2 days. I've been pretty busy. I was meaning to review Asteroid City or something, but I mean that's not out in Australia yet, but it's already out in other parts of the world. But anyway, like I was gonna do that, but I recently created like a whole new setup for my room with my PC, my desk, and everything. So because of that, I've had to shift my camera a bit this way a bit. So it might look different than all my other videos. I might still experiment, but for this video, I just thought I'd shoot a quickie like this one. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think down below. Like and sub if you enjoyed, and as always, feel free to check out any of my previous videos, and I'll catch you next time. Until next time.